I gotta tell you, I've really been looking forward to reviewing this knife. I've got the, this is the larger version from CJRB, the More Maileah, which, oh, it's definitely bigger than the original, but is it better? Up on the screen are going to be some specs, and they're all measurements I went ahead and just took myself, but I'll also list them for you down in the description, along with like the links to buy, the prices, and coupon codes. Now, I actually got mine from White Mountain Knives, and at the time when I purchased it, though, they did have some in stock. That's probably changed by now, but, you know, don't worry, because Justin over there, he replenishes that stock like super quick. And if this happens to be your first time here, hey, my name is Jay. Thanks for stopping by. Go ahead, consider subscribing if you're looking for knife reviews. They get right to the point. Here's just a few quick comparisons so you can get a better idea of the true size of knife we're working with today. So we've got the, of course, the Elementum up top, followed by the Rat 2, and then, of course, the Delica down at the bottom. You can see they're all pretty much, comparable in size. Ooh, now I got to be really careful when I do this, because I always have a tendency to, like, squeeze too hard, and then these things, like, collapse and shoot out in front of me. But here's a good look at the size difference. Up on top is the old, and on the bottom is obviously the new. You know, I've been hearing like conflicting classifications of this blade shape, because like, you know, some people are saying it's a sheep's foot, and others are calling it a Warncliffe. But, you know, I think I'm kind of leaning towards reverse tanto. So when in doubt, just call it modified. But do you like these type of blade shapes? You know, the ones that like this, that try to blend a few different blade styles into one? Or, you know, would you just rather that there was like a clear distinction? You know, like if it's a drop point, just make it look like a drop point. Or if it's a clip point, then, you know, just make it obvious so we can clearly see that it's a clip point. I guess, I don't know, I don't really mind, you know, as long as things don't get too far out of hand, you know, and the blade shape doesn't start looking all crazy. We're getting about a 3-inch blade, and as you can see, I went ahead and I went with the black coated blade in their proprietary steel, that AR RPM 9, because, you know what, I'm just kind of a sucker for knives that have like this, you know, black and green color combo going on. But you know what, if you're not, that's okay, because it's also available in a stonewash finish. And every time I reach into my pocket, you know, I'm reminded of just how thin this 0.38 inch handle actually is, because I got a ton of room in my pocket. I mean, I know my knuckles sure appreciate it, because, you know, like they're not like dragging across some like rough scales, you know, as I'm trying to like fish car keys out of my pocket. But that's exactly why I like nested liners, because, you know, it makes these like thinner type of builds possible. And oh, believe it or not, the handle thickness is exactly the same for this new larger one and the small one. And of course, you know, having that thin handle, there's going to be like a slight compromise, and it's going to be in the the closed width, which it is still just under that 1.5 inch threshold. I think it's when I measured it across, it's like 1.48. One thing that I kind of found strange was that, you know, for a knife like this that really is dependent on being able to, you know, to use that forward finger choil, I really wish that they would have made it like a smidge larger, because yeah, you're definitely, if you try to get the meat of your finger in there, you will cut yourself. Especially since, you know, with like my natural grip on this handle, I'm only able to get about, like 3.5 fingers. So, you know, being able to, having that ability to choke up, kind of important here for, you know, to get a full 4-finger grip. The handle is, it is pretty comfortable at almost 4 inches long, which usually, you know, that's like the perfect length for my medium-sized hand. But on this knife, the handle, it just feels so much shorter. And I think it's because, well, obviously the design of the handle, and it just kind of pushes my hand farther away from that blade. Now, this is going to be more of a nitpick than anything else, but you know, that's what I do, right? For some reason, I think that this pocket clip, it kind of looks out of place on this handle. What do you think? And I say that because you've got all of this like open real estate, and I sure just wouldn't mind maybe if they went ahead and put on, I don't know, a wider clip. I know. I should probably just be thankful for the fact that at least it is a 2-position pocket clip. Oh man, and check this out. That lanyard post, yeah, you can see in there. It's gold, so it does match like the rest of the hardware that is going on here. I don't know. I really love seeing that kind of like attention to detail on a budget knife. So nice job, guys. And oh man, the action on this thing in both directions is that's friggin' great. And you know, it's effortless opening using these very generously sized gold thumb studs. You know, they're big enough where it should be pretty easy to get at them when you got gloves on. I wish all front flippers had a tab like this one, because you can pretty much push on it anywhere with your thumb. You know, like with some knives, you have to have it like a specific angle. Well, nope, not with this one. And I usually suck with opening these knives, but this one, I mean, it flies open every time. And opening this, my favorite method by sort of reaching over the top. Oh yeah, that's super easy to do as well. And yes, this thing was totally dropping shut right out of the box. I think now would probably be a pretty good time to see how well that this blade cuts with its 2.6 millimeter thickness, and also to see how well that this finish is going to hold up, just after a few passes on some cardboard. Ooh, wow. Ooh, that cuts really nice, guys. Okay, I'll stop. Man, that's a good time. Well, let's take a look. Let's go ahead and take a look at that blade finish. Oh, yeah. That rubs right off. So if you couldn't already tell, I really like this knife. And I can honestly say that for me, this bigger version, oh yeah, it's definitely better. Right about now, there's a video up on the screen that I personally picked out for you to go ahead and watch next. And hey, if you haven't already, consider subscribing. I got to run though. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.